There's a lot to learn out here in the trucking world. In school, you'll learn what it takes to sit behind the wheel of a rig over the course of your classes. There's much more you need to learn in order to stay on the road. Many people don't realize it, but being a trucker isn't just a job. Sometimes it's a lot like running a business too. One of the biggest concerns is staying on the road. There are tax forms that you need to file in order to avoid getting parked. Charles is going to tell you all about that.
Hi, I'm Charles and I'm here to talk to you about filing your Form 2290 and getting your stamped Schedule 1. This is an annual tax you pay in order to stay using public roads and highways. Let's start by learning the Form 2290 basics. What is Form 2290? If you drive a heavy vehicle or a vehicle that weighs 55,000 pounds or more on public highways, you're required to file the Heavy Vehicle Use Tax Form 2290 with the IRS. The Form 2290 is used to help provide funding to federal states to repair the roads damaged due to the running of heavy highway vehicles. The 2290 must be filed each year for all taxable highway vehicles that are registered or required to be registered in your name under state, District of Columbia, Canadian, or Mexican law. Form 2290 can be filed the traditional way by pen and paper, or you can file electronically with an IRS-authorized e-file provider. If someone needs to file for 25 trucks or more, they are required to e-file by the IRS. When is the Form 2290 due? The Form 2290 must be filed by the last day of the month following the month of first use. For example, if you purchase a vehicle in January, you must file the Form 2290 by the end of February. Annual renewal of your Form 2290 for a new tax period must be completed by August 31st every year. Did you know there are refunds available for trucks driven less than 5,000 miles last year? Well, the answer is yes. If you paid heavy vehicle use taxes last year on a vehicle that traveled 5,000 miles or fewer, or 7,500 miles for agricultural vehicles, then you do qualify for a refund of the taxes paid. You may either file a Form 8849 to apply for the refund or apply the earned tax credit directly to the current year tax due. Whichever method you choose, you can do it directly from our system. Do I need an employer identification number or EIN number to file? Yes. The IRS requires taxpayers to use an EIN when filing a Form 2290. A Social Security number may not be used. If you do not have an EIN, you may apply for one online at irs.gov/businesses/small or by phone. What is a Stamp Schedule 1? A Stamp Schedule 1 serves as your proof of payment for your heavy vehicle use taxes. Once you file your heavy vehicle use tax, you will receive your Stamp Schedule 1. The 2290 is also supported by online tax e-filing through an IRS-authorized e-file software provider. The benefit of this would be receiving your Stamp Schedule 1 instantly instead of through traditional mail. How am I taxed for my heavy highway vehicle usage? The gross taxable weight of a vehicle is determined by adding the following: the actual unloaded weight of the vehicle fully equipped for service, the actual unloaded weight of any trailers or semi-trailers fully equipped for service, customarily used in combination with the vehicle, and the weight of the maximum load customarily carried on the vehicle and on any trailers or semi-trailers typically used in combination with the vehicle. For buses, the taxable gross weight of a bus is its actual unloaded weight fully equipped for service plus 150 pounds for each seat provided for passengers and the driver. Are there exemptions to the heavy vehicle use tax? There are a number of groups that receive tax-exempt status for the heavy vehicle use tax, including the federal government, state or local governments, including the District of Columbia, the American Red Cross, nonprofit volunteer fire departments, ambulance associations, or rescue squads. Indian tribal governments, for vehicles customarily used in essential tribal government functions, and mass transportation authorities. There are also a number of vehicles exempted from the heavy vehicle use tax: mobile machinery for non-transportation functions, vehicles specifically designed for off-highway transportation, and non-transportation trailers and semi-trailers. qualified blood collector vehicles used by qualified blood collector organizations, and mobile machinery that is typically used for non-transportation purposes. There are other vehicles that are exempt based on the number of miles they are driven. Commercial vehicles traveling fewer than 5,000 miles annually, and agricultural vehicles traveling fewer than 7,500 miles annually. These are known as suspended vehicles, but they still must be reported to the IRS. What happens if you forget to file the Form 2290? Are there penalties? The Form 2290 can be filed at any time after the deadline is passed, but the tax due may be subject to penalties and interest. The penalty for failing to file the IRS Form 2290 in a timely manner is equal to 4.5% of the total tax due, assessed on a monthly basis of up to 5 months. Late filers making a heavy vehicle use tax payment also face an additional monthly penalty of 0.5% of the total tax due for late payments. Additional interest charges of 0.54% per month accrue as well. How can you stay compliant with the IRS? First, you need to file Form 2290 this year and every year following. With the Form 2290 and your stamped Schedule 1 in hand, you'll be ready to hit the road without getting parked. While you need to file no matter what, we suggest using an IRS-authorized e-file provider like ExpressTruckTax, and you can get your stamped Schedule 1 in minutes. With live local customer support provided by our e-filing experts located in Rock Hill, South Carolina, you won't have any unanswered questions about your Form 2290.